Hi guys, it's Cryptobirb and welcome to day 8 of our 14-day free trading congress. This is yet another stream of our beautiful day. Throughout the congress, we are midway through the congress. The half of the congress is already gone. And I'm here, guys, to get you a very brief and quick overview of the charts of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. We are going to have a look in the charts of DeFi for how it's supposed to all give you the answer for whether or not you want to buy the dip or wait and well what comes next. If you guys are ready for what's coming, if you guys are ready to learn free of charge on our 14-day free trading congress day 8, and the live stream is supposed to start in a second, stay tuned. Exactly, everybody. It's Birb here. I hope you are doing okay. This session is pre-recorded, but it's pre-recorded literally like an hour or two before it publishes, before it goes live on our YouTube and on our other platforms. The case is that, well, we have to answer the question for whether you need to buy the dip or you want to wait a little bit more to get a bit cheaper prices, a bit better entries. That is what I'm going to try to answer to you. In as simple way as possible. So if you guys are ready, I want to make sure that all the newcomers, all of you who have just joined our 14-day free trading congress for traders, or who have just joined or seeing that, playing on our YouTube, I want to make sure, guys, that you are subscribed to our channel. So make sure you smash likes, hit the subscribe button, because what you're going to find out may actually save you a lot of money, save you a lot of time, save you a lot of stress. So let's actually get going straight to the point. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin's chart. What can we tell out, not like for the Bitcoin's chart is actually crucial, is that, well, we have seen this yesterday's intensified sell-off, intensified selling. The case is that we broke, one would say that we broke the support. If you display this on another chart, I think on Bitstamp, then the same people would tell you that, well, we've already managed to close through, and that the breakdown wasn't really serious. Okay, one way or another, we saw some actual weakness that initiated and kicked off with the Evergrande news, with the Evergrande FUD, which was full of chaos, and it actually broke out the stops, triggered the stops on the top, on the shorts, and then pretty much declined the levels unseen since 27th of October. If you ask me, that is almost a month. So we've moved a full circle. We just come back to the levels that we saw, not a full month ago, like 3-4 weeks, if you will. It doesn't matter. What matters the most is that as long as we keep closing the candles, keep closing the daily sessions, daily candles below the support, okay, then Bitcoin may actually visit lower regions of $53,000. There are many reasons for it. Okay, so even if we apply, let's say this, we can take this off. We can hide the Bollinger Bands for a moment, and if we apply some very simple volume-weighted average prices analysis, okay, what it tells you, okay, that the fair price of Bitcoin ever since the floor of 29.2, okay, of July 23rd, well, it tells you that the average price of Bitcoin is 49.511. This is the fair price of Bitcoin, accounting its actual trend in volume and price. This is valuable information because it tells you anytime that Bitcoin trades below or near, okay, is definitely a good buying opportunity. Will we have a full month, mean reversion and get like 50,000? I would not be immediately sure about that. Many people would tell you, of course, that the bull market has ended. The fear and greed index has just turned and flipped literally to the fear side, which is pretty insane, pretty intense. I'm going to display that in a moment. But what I want to see, we're somewhere, if you have a look, we're midway through. Okay, we're midway through the supports and for the distance to the support and to the resistance region. Okay, support is clearly some over here based on the volume weighted average price, based on the price action means that this was the previous high, so this high should act as a new support based on the polarity change principle, because this high served as a resistance until it was broken. Okay, and now it would be, well, technically not incorrect to expect ever Bitcoin to retest these levels again. Will that happen? That is pretty much another story that I'm trying to answer. But for now, what matters the most is that we have pretty much similar distance to, well, to what we're seeing in the highs and to what we are seeing in the lows. Okay. Uh, or even not. Like, even if you have a look, I mean, it's maybe halfway through, but it's tiny bit closer. I think, like, from the current prices, it's tiny bit closer to the actual support than to the actual highs. But this distance is not really, like, this is arguable. This is arbitrary, right? And the reason for that is, I mean, this is an arithmetic chart, arithmetical average, so it's not really like logarithmic. So all the distances on the right scale are actually, well, all the same between different scale levels. And what matters here is, again, you have tiny bit better risk to reward ratio for buying versus than selling. I would, like, personally, I would not sell that at all, right? I'm not short selling that. The things that I do is pretty much I keep realizing slowly the profits. I keep distributing my profits to different markets, to hard assets, to silver, gold, real estate, which I had mentioned so many times in the past weeks and months. And that is, everybody, my way of taking profits. I'm just moving the profits. I'm just moving the money, which has worked for me very nicely ever since the lows of, well, of 40,000 or 40,000, 30, 40,000. I got and smashed, the longs heavily in here. It was practically like about $1 million, I think, in both tips. And, well, this is printed pretty decent money, pretty decent returns, and I keep recirculating those profits to work even longer for me. But they need to change the market. I need to change the market, which is why I'm switching over to legacy markets, which are undervalued. Okay, but one way or another, as long as we are closed, so the closer we are to the volume weighted average price, the better buying opportunity it becomes. Okay, even if we have a look and actually get you the levels, as I said, based on the price action alone, and then price action alone gives you a couple of those levels. Just like I said, you have the volume weighted average price based on the price. You have the the high of 53,000, after which we collapsed. And people thought, again, just down there on the bottom, market was dead and the Bitcoin was going to zero pretty much sooner than later, which was obviously crazy. Same way here, we are seeing fear and greed index also tapping the same regions. You can tell the fear and greed index is like 34 up on the scale. From the extreme greed last month, from the greed last week of 75, 74, 75, this was greed or extreme greed at the very, very, very kind of like a, arbitrary level. And now we are in the fear. So it's taken literally a couple of days. It's taken not even like full week. It's taken 5-6 days for the market to switch the sentiment from completely bullish to completely bearish. Okay. And historically speaking, the more of the fear on the side, on the buyers, the more the buyers fear, the more the sentiment fears, the more the market fears about Bitcoin never going up again, the better buying opportunity it becomes. So we have seen kind of like very long period of time of, well, ever since October started, so more than a month, almost 2 months of straight greed or extreme greed slash there in the middle period, which was bullish for Bitcoin as Bitcoin has kept pressing. And then we see a sharp decline, a very sharp reset, just like we saw pretty much in here, with this difference that in May, there was already some sort of like a declining tendency ever since the quarter two started. But then we are seeing a significant reset to levels unseen since the start of October. Okay, so we are basically at the levels where the October started based on the sentiment. Okay, so the sentiment tells you we are in a similar phase, in a similar market phase to the one that we were in at the early days of October. To me, it's pretty bullish if you think about that. Of course, I'm not a permeable. I keep telling you that I keep distributing my profits. I keep getting my way out of the market slowly. But then when the market hits the signals I want to see based on the NUPL, based on the price action alone, the volatility, and so on, many other metrics, that's the time that I actually just increase and my aggression. Okay, I boost my aggression about scaling out of the market. But I want to see that. I mean, not being a perma bull, I want to see more fear. Okay, more fear. Perhaps it means consolidating for a moment here in these levels, like 55, $60,000. Eventually, at one point, I'm pretty sure the market actually is bound to recover at least to $63,000, 62, 63, because that is basically one of the levels that triggered, that held back the entire Bitcoin from selling, and then the selling, once broken, the selling pressure accelerated. Okay, so it tells me again that even if we apply the volume weighted average price anchored at the lows of 40,000s, then we are trading below. We are trading below, which means that accounting the October's levels, we are undervalued. The price is trading below its fair price, below it's the price that should be trading at. Even if we take the short-term prices, the short-term prices tells you it's pretty much 61,769. Okay, ever anchored at the all-time high swing failure top. Does this look like a top mark of the market? Hell no, it completely doesn't look like a top of the market. It's just one of many corrections. As a matter of fact, if you have a look and if you play the old charts, oh guys, I mean this is very simple to me. Again, if we play the long-term charts, okay, let's play the long-term charts, not a percentage. Let's play logarithmic curve. Uh, then it tells me that current stage of the market after pressing the new all-time highs, which it showed strength, in for so many days. And in my opinion, it's still showing the strength to some extent. Like, people are panicking the same way that we saw the decline from 65 down to 30,000. People are panicking about the decline from 69 to 57. This is pretty bold. This is pretty crazy. And I'm here to tell you that the entire biggest leg up, the fifth and final leg up of the bull market for Bitcoin, it did not have a straight line. It was not a straight line. It was not just the market printing candles going up forever with not a single down day or with not a single hourly drop. So hourly drops, short-term drops are fluctuations or natural volatility because market lost symmetry. Okay. And if I were to actually give you guys, if I were to give you that, to give you my viewpoint for where we are right now, then this phase that we are in right now, in my opinion, this one is pretty much similar to what we had in here, to what we had in here as well, okay, or to what we had in here. I keep rather to play. I keep, I rather keep playing it safe. I prefer to be safe than sorry. So you will hear me answer to start with that we are closer to the top. Okay, if I'm wrong about that, then listen. By being wrong, market goes up and I make more money. That's the way you want to be wrong. Okay, the market. I want to be wrong about market lasting too short, but because I expect market to last, let's say, for the next 2-3 months or so, I would love to be surprised. I would love to be positively proven wrong, because if I'm proven wrong, then I will money. So that is pretty good deal if you ask me. So we had multiples of these corrections. Okay, 30% retracements. People thought it was dead. I can remember like it was yesterday. 30% retracements. People thought it was dead. Okay, there before it was another again 30% retracements. Okay, then you had another like a single week where it had the volatility equal to like 29% or so, so 25% in a single week. So that, guys, takes us to show that current movement for Bitcoin is nowhere near extraordinary. This is a regular short-term retracement, and the like 18% is not even there yet to kind of like frighten you enough, in my opinion. It shouldn't be. Okay, so my viewpoint, very quick, is that if you are thinking whether or not drop all your bags and exit the market immediately, then my suggestion is it's not worth it, because the market doesn't look like it stopped. The market doesn't look like it's unhealthy. As a matter of fact, this is one of the first retracements on the way up from 30 to 67, $69,000. This is like, why would you expect the market to go up forever, right? But doesn't mean the bull market has ended. No, it's just having a short-term weakness, and that's it. right? But the short-term weakness, as a matter of fact, can give good buying opportunity. And the more you fear in the market, then historically the fear has been always of good buying opportunity. While the greed, right, is extreme greed is the exact reason why I kept repeating in the reports that it was worth locking in some profits. Okay. And well, you want to remember that the markets are always right in the middle of trend, but they're always wrong at the extremes, everybody. And the more extreme emotions, the more extreme emotional, aggression you see in the public, on Twitter, in the comments, the more fear you see in the market, the better buying opportunity becomes. Okay. Well, if we proceed very, very quick for what you could expect, again, for the levels. Okay, for the levels. If we take it down to lower time frames again, then what we see are the levels that we want to trust. Are you going to get like $50,000 retest? I wouldn't be so sure about that. First of all, I would expect us to, well, consolidate probably a little bit. At one point, I'm not going to tell you exactly when, but at one point, we should be trading at approximately its fair price of $62,000. Okay, so at one point, we have to retest this area because of the nature of how it works simply. Yeah, when the market goes down, it doesn't go down forever. Okay, it's there immediately to bounce off because of the oversold stage of the market. And even if you play the Birb indicator, okay, it's super oversold right now. This tells you about the momentum of the trend and of the momentum and of the trend. Okay, this tells you that we are very oversold. We are as also oversold as we were practically here. Well, the same levels we can actually just also compare that and see. But even if we take again the levels, okay, let's play the horizontal line. Let's see what was the last time that we actually had the market this oversold. And I'm right. It was June and it was July, which is exactly when the market reversed. It was June, okay? It was June and it was July. So now we are at exactly the same levels that the market was per the momentum wise. This reset, okay? Was it really this reset in here? Well, in October it was close, but it was not really this much reset. This tells me a lot. This tells me a lot. Again, doesn't mean we're going to pull off like immediately 5,000% upwards candle, not necessarily, but it tells you about how oversold the market is and how fast it regains its strength, how fast it regains its health. To me, again, it's pretty bullish. It's pretty bullish, well, narrative, if you ask me. Again, doesn't mean it's going to go up like upwards immediately and reverse right from here. Not necessarily, right? Well, I know that at one point it's supposed to trade at between $62,000 and $63,000, which is the fair price of Bitcoin. There is a high chance again that the $59,000, 58,797, $59,000 Legion is going to act as this resistance. Okay, and once this resistance is proven wrong, okay, which with the daily close through this, okay, if we see a daily close through this level, well, then this tells me, okay, that the market is, well, rushing sooner than later to retest 60 to 63. Good shorting opportunity? I wouldn't say so. The market is strong. The long-term trend is strong. The on-chain is pretty much strong for the long term. I would not really base myself in shorts right now. Okay. In case you see some extreme thoughts, some like military conflicts, expansion and emergence, if you see emergency, if you see some political, or geopolitical like struggles, if you see political instability, economic instability, interest rates manipulations, like new taxation like systems coming up from Fed unexpectedly, and so on and so forth, whatever FUD, Evergrande, like China ban, all of that may activate at any time. And if it does activate it, there is a chance we would momentarily visit this area, right? Is it something that I would base my entire strategy on? Not really. But if I am lucky, if the market gives, and if we are this lucky to get one more dip of this kind before the market pulls off like its ultimate rally past $100,000, which is still valid, has never been more valid than now, then well, this is a sweet buying opportunity. This is a gift. This is a market present. and I would take it at present. Okay, I would take it on Bitcoin, I would take it on Litecoin, I would take it on Ethereum, same way that I got it on here, that I got it on here at 30,000 or 29.6, and then 41,000. Okay, uh, I would not mind. I would not mind to see that happen. I would not mind seeing that. But for it, you would have to have some cash aside. So make sure you don't leverage yourself too much. The correction, leveraging yourself against the trend momentum is always a risky game. Okay, and um, short-term wise, again, if we go to the short-term time frames, very simple check of the short-term time frames, then what we see, everybody, is the market is trending downwards, right? The market is trending downwards locally. It's not trending downwards in the general basis. It's trending mainly like sideways. Here, okay, here you can tell there is some local tendency for the market to print lower lows and lower highs. Okay, you can tell that there is also the fan principle. I mean, the second trend line, the steeper trend line, is actually being broken right now, or at least attempted for a breakout. We'll see if that happens or not after the session closes in about like 15-20 minutes. But until that happens, I want you guys to let you know again that we have a couple of levels at $63,000, $65,000, $68,000 or $9,000, 67s. Those are the local levels, and those are unlocked the moment we reclaim the 59,000. Okay, the moment we reclaim 59,000, the next staircase upwards, like unlocks. The next stairs upwards unlock. As simple as that. Have a look at Ethereum. Let's have a look at Ethereum. How does Ethereum look like, everybody? Is it bearish? Is it dead? Is it going like down forever? The answer is no. The answer is no. If you remember, I was giving actually, those webinars in the past days, in the past weeks as well, about Ethereum, about Litecoin. Okay, and we are seeing Ethereum throwing back prices to the levels of the volume-weighted average price anchored at the final low before the major rally started. So we are seeing, if we take it, yeah, sorry. So I was referring to this short-term moving to the short-term volume-weighted average price. It's anchored here. It's anchored at the very local leg up base, and it tells you the fair price of Ethereum is 38.83. Okay, and it's almost there, tapped like 39,000, 3900s. Okay, well, if you ask me again, I will not really mind if getting Ethereum cheaper. 38,000, 3,800, 34, or 3,500s. This might be some local accumulation zone based on the price, based on the volume. If that happens, you're lucky. You should get it probably. So I'm telling you my answers to the question of whether or not the buy the dip strategy here actually pays off. If I get some extreme extravagant, good position to load my Bitcoin or Ethereum and Litecoins, I would get the dip in there. I do not really have too much cash side because I've already got a lot of money put in patiently at 29,000 and at 40,000. So I'm pretty good locked up on Litecoin ever since 140s, 2 and 3,000s, for Ethereum, 2,000s more. So it's basically I'm well positioned, okay? But assuming you get some sweet prices, some sweet discounts, knowing that there is enough strength because the new highs are made, higher lows are made, then this, in my opinion, is pretty good buying opportunity, and I would be getting that. Ethereum BTC pair is actually going sideways, which is nothing too kind of like, I should say, interesting. It's rather showing you that Ethereum versus USD price based on the superposition effect, which I explained so many times, it tells you that there's no actual trend, no defined trend in the tendency for the people who would take Ethereum over Bitcoin. That is what the Ethereum Bitcoin price just says. Okay, it kind of like oscillates between certain boundaries in the form of a symmetrical triangle here on the right. And the moment you actually see the breakout of this trend, which is a upwards trend confirmation, and then this tells you basically that people would take Ethereum much more willingly than Bitcoin. Okay, the people would choose Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So for that, you will need to have pretty good stability on the Bitcoin side, going upwards, and Ethereum getting stronger. So that is actually superposition effect would put it in one near the ultimate alt season. Is it coming? Yes. Has anything changed about my long-term projections? Bitcoin going past 100,000, Ethereum 15, 20,000, Litecoin 1,000, $2,000? Not a tiniest bit. Just the short-term fluctuations, just the short-term noise that you see in the market is usually a good buying opportunity. Okay, and I do really hope you can tell that in the charts. So what I would expect to happen, for Ethereum is, for this to continue consolidating until it finally breaks out. And that is where it's going to be, of course, the most vertical time for Ethereum. Momentarily, that Ethereum is trading between 1800s and 4700s, very, very large sideways trend on the market. But local consolidation somewhere between 3,500 and 3,800s, 3,900s might be potentially where you want to keep your bets, just in case some FUD arrives. You cannot really predict FUD when it arrives, but you should be ready for when it comes. As simple as that, everybody. I do believe with having some minutes more to decide about Litecoin as well. Let's have a look. Okay, this is a daily chart. Let's play the weekly chart, because that is so much more reliable. If we take it, again, then of course the long-term trend on the Litecoin BTC pair is at the all-time lows, the lowest levels ever for Litecoin against BTC, which tells you that Litecoin is having extremely undervalued vibe. People are afraid of Litecoin. People fear Litecoin as pure shit. But the more people think this way, the better buying opportunity it becomes. I remember everybody saying Bitcoin was shit after they lost money in the bear market. I remember people saying Bitcoin was complete useless piece of BS when it was trading $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So that is pretty much the same vibe I'm right now getting on Litecoin. This is a sweet buying opportunity for Litecoin. From the high time frame point of view, it's consolidating. It's going sideways in the form of a triangle, or whatever you name that. Perhaps it consolidates a little bit more. Perhaps you would see, here is a bit steep, so I wouldn't really perhaps expect this to hold such a steep triangle. But the chart patterns is one thing, okay? It's a pretty confirmed already breakout in here, but this breakout has had its retest. Okay, so the way I look at it at this moment is like the consolidation in the previous area of weakness. Previous area of weakness was pretty much here, So you can tell that right now where the previous area of weakness was, but Litecoin is consolidating, and it's consolidating with strong purchasing power. Of course, the Evergrande news hit it, so there was immediate sell-off on Litecoin because of lower liquidity and because of the sentiment, which is still at the all-time lows. One or another, the range trading strategies include buying the dip, selling the top of the range, which is inside trading, or buying the breakout retest, or selling the breakdown retest, which I would never do in the bear market. In the bull market. That is what I would do in the bear market, which is when my sentiment and when my actual strategy for trading switches completely. So the way I look at it is, the closer you get to $150 out of, I do not think it's really possible, unless you see some extreme FUD that you cannot really explain with any charts whatsoever. Then this is a good buying opportunity, right? If we take again the volume-weighted average price of the local leg up, you can tell that the fair price of Bitcoin, okay, based on its actual volume and price, it's somewhere between $150, $180, $190. Okay, this is something that we have revisited, similarly to what Ethereum did. We have revisited the areas which are considered fair, okay, for its price and volume tendencies. So in my opinion, as long as Litecoin remains here at the flat lows of the Litecoin BTC pair, this keeps being good buying opportunity. I still believe Litecoin is supposed to fly $2,000, $1,000 or $2,000 for Litecoin against USD. I think it's possible. Nothing has changed in my terms. And before I need to finish in about 2, 3, 5, 4 minutes, I want to remind you guys to make sure you smash the likes and hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bells on as well. Leave questions in the comments. Despite it's recorded, I'm going to do my best, and with my team, I personally with my team, we're going to go for the questions and answer at least some of them, but we'll do our best to the people on YouTube. Okay, and if you are not part of our Congress, I want you guys to go to thebirbnest.com. Okay, I want you guys to go to thebirbnest.com/500k, thebirbnest.com/500k, and there is a very simple instruction. You join the Discord with one click. You join you click the button at the bottom of the screen. You click the channel button, and you're in. So it takes you about 1 minute at best, and then you become a Congress member. So if you guys want to make sure you're actually going to utilize all this knowledge and the remaining days, the remaining 7 days of our 14-day free trading Congress, of insane amount of knowledge, of insane amount of quality people that you see in the interviews, broadcasts, sessions, trading workshops, and so on and so forth, then you want to be part of the Congress. And there is also going to be, everybody, a special giveaway. Okay, and for the giveaway, I want to make sure, guys, that well, we're going to put it in the description to this video. For the link, you're going to find the link to the video description, and there's going to be a special code also put in the video description that you're going to be able to use, okay, in the video, or displayed somewhere in throughout the show. And to win, you can win 1 month of BearBKito Pro, 1 month of BearBKito Pro subscription. It's going to be free. Make sure you actually try your luck, try your chances. BPro is waiting for you 1 month. This can save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of nerves. Make sure you take part in the giveaway in the video description. Link is there. Go for it. Try your chances. And before we wrap up the show, everybody, I want to make sure we actually cover very quick the DeFi. And the DeFi, you can tell, is actually right now oscillating as well in this local, like whatever you name that rising wedge. It's pretty much irrelevant because it hasn't broken its highs yet. The DeFi hasn't broken its highs yet. The Bitcoin has broken new highs. Ethereum has broken new highs. Litecoin has not. DeFi has not. So it tells you that the DeFi is still having quite a good buying opportunity. Okay, and well, ever since on average to actually go equal to the highs of April and May, you have about 25% return on average. So it means that if you purchase something anytime soon, okay, for that belongs to DeFi, be it linear finance, be it step finance, be it like maybe not necessarily XRD because it's pumped a lot already, but FRM and other DeFi like representatives, coins, tokens, then it tells you that on average you should get about 25% return pretty soon. So conclusion is, again, well, with the 200 day moving average going right now a bit sideways, with 50-day moving average going upwards after this golden cross, in my opinion, this is a good buying opportunity, everybody. Okay, so it tells you about, like, not guaranteed return, because you don't get guaranteed returns in this game, but something that boosts your chances of winning. You want to buy something that hasn't pumped 10x. And now I'm showing you that this index tells you that Litecoin, that Ethereum maybe a little bit less, but Litecoin, especially with DeFi, like FRM, like linear finance, like those big DeFi players that are going to fight on the DeFi polls or on the CoinMarketCap, those seem to be pretty good buying opportunities. And that's all, guys, that I wanted to come up and share with you today. There is not much to fear. There's nothing to fear about. The bull market hasn't ended. The bull market hasn't been canceled. We are still going upwards. We are still going past $100,000. We're still going past $20,000, in my opinion. On Ethereum, still past $1,000 or $2,000. On Litecoin, DeFi is still to have, and along with the mainstream altcoins, this beautiful ultimate alt season coming. So all that, everybody, all that, it's still on the track. Respect the market, take profits when it goes up heavily, and buy the dips if you want it. And if you can afford to lose it, you can buy the dips just like I do for the valued positions, for the undervalued positions. And most likely, we are ahead of the ultimate rally. within the next weeks. Don't expect it to come tomorrow, today. It takes time, but you want to be there. You want to be patient, because when it comes, the reward is going to be worth it. That's all, folks, I have got for you today. I hope you enjoy and join our 14-day free trading congress for day 8 before the day 9 starts. Couple of good lineups and shows still ahead. Make sure, guys, you actually are part of it. thebirbnest.com/500k. I want to see you there. That's all for tonight. And God bless you, everybody. See you on the next shows. Bye bye.